Show you some of the action from earlier today and talk about course knowledge. Karen, the Seville member Elena Sharp at 17.
Well, that heart had to be at her mouth a little bit with the tee shot to end up there, but all's well that ends well.
The Dane, Emily Pedersen. She has shown flashes, Karen, hasn't she?
She has. Incredibly talented player, great ball striker.
The drivable 16th is Island Green at 17, and let's see how Emily would play this par 3.
We're playing 149 yards today, and that's probably about as long as you'll see it all week. I mean, that was a feisty approach.
You could get into the water if you get a big hop there and land it too deep. Back at that 16th, Atha Munoz, another Arizona State Sun Devil. Watching some of the action from earlier, world number 1 again, Nelly Korda with a birdie at 1, a birdie at 2, and Karen this one at 3.
Well, this third hole was a long par 4. We saw it on a graphic measuring 422 yards. That's no problem for Nelly with her length.
Playing in the afternoon wave with another superstar of the LPGA Tour, Karen Celine Boutier.
Well, and this is on the par 3, and these par 3s at Seville Golf and Country Club are not particularly easy. So anytime you can make a birdie on one of these par 3s.
The player Nelly supplanted at the top of the Rolex rankings, her fellow American Lilia Vu at the 5th.
Well, and it's kind of a surprise to see her have that long of a putt on that hole, because Lilia's still taking advantage there with the birdie.
The Swede Len Grant played at Arizona State, not far away from here. This for eagle at 5.
There you go, and that was one of those eagles.
With 8 under from the morning wave setting the pace, Lydia Ko's Hall of Fame quest resumes this week. This from off the green at 6. Have we seen this before?
Well, I was going to say, Grant, have you seen Lydia Ko chipping in a few times in your career?
A couple of times.
Yeah.
Just a couple or 1,000 maybe.
Yeah.
Move a little bit from her left to right.
That little one had a bird's eye view. Karen, what a great shot that was of the youngster watching Lilia Vu.
Little teeny bit of breeze, just slightly hurting. And that looked good from the tee.
Oh, it's absolutely tremendous with a long iron on these tough par 3s. Won't be too much of a problem, though, for her from there.
Hyo-Joo Kim, one of the best percentages to win among the pre-tournament favorites. Then again, you could probably say that about any week for Hyo-Joo.
I think when you try and do that, if you just have one singular shot in mind, it's very easy to pick the club and choose the shot that you want to play. And then when all of a sudden you start to introduce more clubs and more options.
Back to the 8th, and Nelly for a 5th birdie in 8 holes.
A couple of players I've been talking to this week have said that about these greens, that it's very easy to read more into the putts than there actually is. They tend to be a little bit flatter than your eyes see, and certainly when I was out there walking around the golf course, I was looking at the putts and for sure felt like it was going to break a lot.
And 155 yards. Just keep an eye on how much she can launch this. Relative to Ayako, who's 20 yards behind her, Lilia Vu just a huge advantage.
Oh, that's lovely. And that is one of the factors of this golf course. The longer players. It's nicely done there. Just patient putt, just letting the ball drip in the front edge of the hole. Oh, nice extension on the follow through of that putt right there.
Boutier also with a 7-iron, and again, like Lydia, good angle to that back right hole location. Able to be really aggressive.
It's been quite amazing, Kay, Celine's rise these past few years. You know, she's all of a sudden found what it takes to become a winner, and she's done it relentlessly these past year or so.
Now NASA.
This also a 7-iron.
Ooh, that's rather tasty.
Nearly perfect.
Yeah, it rolls real nicely through this fringe, though. A little too much pace.
It is nice, though, how well manicured this golf course is with those fringes, that the players do have so many options with how they want to play it. I mean, that was a great call there with the putter.
Nasa for birdie at 10. We'd already given this to her, hadn't we?
It was just, yes.
Farther and easier in the afternoon warmth than it does in the morning when it's cool.
It's almost a club, Kate. More.
Yeah, beauty. Tempo.
Oh, that was magnificent. Got a little bit of that release on it because she did take some distance off of it.
This putt to get to 4 under, just maybe a little movement left to right.
I actually had somebody ask me today if fairways were painted. It's in such good condition. How about that?
Whoa.
Well, there you go, Karen. You said it. Take your medicine.
Yep.
Give yourself a chance. Back we go to the 10th, and Hyo-Joo Kim with her second. This was a moment ago. Tracking.
Yep.
Play this aggressively, see how close she can get, looking to get this in a 5-foot circle.
Just lacking speed there. Always like a putt to roll. You know, a good speed putt to me was always 12 to 18 inches past the hole.
Should be moving from right to left towards the back of the green. A lot of subtle breaks in these greens, nothing huge.
All right, that's a bonus.
Sure is.
Alum Anna Nordquist from just off the green at 13. And guess what club she has?
That would be a putter.
Off the green and into the hole. We've seen that a few dozen.
Yes. Yeah, that's a pretty good shot there. I mean, she created a good angle for her.
Just don't do anything. Don't try to get too cute here. Oh, that was executed beautifully.
Whoa.
She made
That
that
was
look
pretty cute.
so much
Yes.
easier than it was.
112 yards. She's got room in front of this whole location. 8 paces on. Anything just left of the flag would be the conservative play.
Can take out a little less break and play the putt firmly.
She hit that exactly where she had it aimed.
This would immediately erase the bogey she made at the last.
That took a little right swing off that downslope from the bunker. I think this whole location is really sneaky, and it's probably the toughest hole location that we've seen out the golf course today.
And of course, Rose Zhang was a junior not that long ago. Now here she is, an LPGA winner, playing the par 5 12th.
Well, and creating that really good angle to attack this whole location.
Everything around the hole kind of tilts left to right. The wedge game relentlessly, particularly inside 100 yards. You're expecting it to get within 5 feet. That's a sand wedge, just an easy one.
It's one thing to be a little bit off on the distance control, but you don't really expect it to be too much off on the...
Accustomed to playing with huge expectations. Pays off the birdie there. She won back-to-back NCAA titles in the Phoenix area.
This will be a touch downhill back towards this hole.
All right.
Now that's how it's done. Quickly to 6 under. She's been creating that little fade shot quite nicely. And with her teeing this ball up on the right side of the tee here, that would suggest a fade here too.
Good altitude on that shot, and you could tell the difference of hitting that spot that Celine was trying to hit and coming in with more altitude. It paid off.
To 12, and the two-time U.S. Women's Amateur champ, Kristen Gilman, with her third. All right, back at 13, the second for Lynn Grant.
It's aggressive. That's the first one that we've really seen kind of...
Have to dig down deep for some of that creativity.
Touch of helping wind, 159 yards. Hole location 4 paces above this ridge.
And another beauty from Lilia. She'll have that to get to 7 under, which would be the best round of the afternoon.
Yep.
Major champion Hyo-Joo Kim. She's come close at a couple of other majors as well. This is at 13.
Woo.
She's part of that group. 9 of the top 10 in the world are here this week.
After 7 holes, and now they're collectively just 10 under par, so really need to make a big push to the finish.
Well, these last few holes, Kay, will give them the opportunity to do that, particularly 16 and 18.
And up ahead, Lilia for birdie. And here is Alim Kim at the 17th. Oh, she takes on that back hole location, and oh, that duck couldn't stand to watch.
Oh.
Here is Anna Nordquist going to have a go at it. You can go into the water if you're not careful. A few have dropped in off the back. Oh, this has a chance.
When the sun's out, the wind picks up a little, everything gets really firm.
It's 6 of one, half a dozen of the other, Kay. Like it gets a little bit firmer, but the ball flies farther. You're having shorter clubs into the green. But maybe the softness is a good thing to have too.
Just a small one. This is the club that set up the birdie on the playoff hole against Ryan O'Toole.
She's on the driving distance hole, and you can see that her tee shot went just over 300 yards. That's not too shabby.
All right, second shot at this short par 4 for Lilia.
Straightforward. It was just a matter of deciding what type of shot, but this one getting a little away from her.
Brilliant approach from Celine Boutier at 15. And pays it off with the birdie. at the 15th. Mentioned she's not one of the longer hitters. You can have some long approaches into some of these par fours. What'd you say? Not much can go wrong with that swing?
No, it's just so simple. Like the lines and the planes, they're absolutely textbook. Not much, again, that you don't like really about her putting. I think she just looks particularly solid. I think that was a bit unlucky just catching the edge there and just spinning out. But you could see it was a confident stroke.
Hyo-Joo Kim at the 15th for birdie. That was worth the wait.
And she just never got it hit firmly enough through that first part of being off the green.
You know, Benton has Auntie Nellie, you know, to help out as well. All right, here's Lily at 17.
Oh, we're seeing some crazy putting on this back nine today.
That was a bit of a stabby stroke, Kay. It was not her smoothest effort.
And she's been terrific this year.
Yeah.
Statistically. It's a glorious day here. Temperatures in the upper 70s. Just a little bit of breeze. We were expecting the chance of some stiffer winds. Haven't really felt it. Lilia coming back for par. Gives a wry smile to her caddy, Colton Santee. Birdie attempt for Celine Boutier at 17. Okay.
Boom.
A little bit of an upslope between her and the hole. She takes it in low. Yep. You can see it kind of stopped it up a little bit on that upslope. Not much remaining. Has put a good roll on 2 putts and gotten robbed the last couple holes.
Not robbed there. Up and down for birdie at a 64.
A couple of times today. 177 yards to the hole. 7-iron in hand. Aggressive line.
Wow.
Well, I mean, with a 7-iron in your hand, you can be more aggressive.
A couple of weeks ago, came out and got a sneak preview of Seville. Here is Kristen Gilman on the tee at the 17th.
So, I mean, there's still obviously a lot of golf to be played, but with talk about, you know, making cuts and things, the lowest cut in the LPGA history is 500. It's been done a couple of times.
Very nice. Celine has added a bit of strength.
And she feels refreshed. And we're seeing that form because of it.
Here's Carlota Segunda finishing up on the 9th. Here's an example of what you said earlier. A lot of forgiveness at Seville.
There is. And you can miss the fairways and still be okay and get away from it.
Match play in Vegas has moved it to 8 under. Carlota Segunda. This to get to 9 under. Flag stick in.
Yeah, I think she was looking at getting to 9, and she knew once she hit that approach shot that it was going to be a little bit out of her reach. But I think she's going to be fairly satisfied with being tied for the lead after today.
Tied for the lead, Pajaree Ananarukarn of Thailand, second.
Left herself in a good spot in the fairway there. Fairly long shot in, but she's going to set herself up for a chance to take the lead.
Yes. Pajaree ties her career low in this, Her 6th season on the LPGA Tour, a 63. And how about that finish?